Tabor House was founded in 2003, and initially a buddy of mine had invited me to come over to view a property with an idea of creating a community for men in recovery from alcoholism and drug addiction. Idea behind Tabor House hasn't shifted at all, that you don't need to relapse, that there is a better life, that you can live clean and sober, and you can attain the goals of freedom from addiction, freedom from the bondage of addiction, the goals of peace in your heart and in your mind. You can become comfortable in your own skin and become an effective member of society.
It wasn't Tabor House at the time, it was just a vacant row home in Trenton that was in foreclosure, and it was not very nice. It was I always tell people that it was a crack house and a whorehouse. Jim and Jez had a vision to turn the house into a men's recovery house.
But I think what we wanted to do was create an environment, a communal environment where men could grow in love for God and for one another, a fraternal atmosphere.
Well, it's given me hope again. I mean, because I've had hope before. I mean, but this house has allowed me to restore that hope.
It gives me hope by making me a better person, being part of the community.
I always say that this house gives you support without even saying it, because you're around people that have probably gone through the same struggles and supporting one another. So yeah, I'm extremely hopeful and grateful for this home.
And being in here, in a safe environment, not alone in my own head, being able to talk to other people in the house, it gave me hope, and I don't feel like I'm alone anymore. You know, going to meetings is great, and having a support system is very important, but this is like just taking it to the next level, because you have 24/7 interactions with other people trying to do the best they can in their lives also.
Well, the word hope is the key, you know what I mean? Tabor House has shown me so far, I only been here since August, so far the Tabor House has shown me that, you know, you can live a serene and peaceful life.
It gave me not just a roof over my head, but the opportunity to stay sober. And this time around coming sober, along with working with my sponsor, I'm getting the concept of the third step and basically reaching out to my higher power. And with that, I'm getting closer to God. I'm doing it with God this time by staying sober.
Anybody that's in a detox or a rehab, you know, and they get out and they want to take that next step towards a recovery house, you know, this is a good place. This is a real good place. I mean, it saved my life twice.
Tabor House is the place where I come and I find some relief from that bondage of addiction. It brings hope back into my heart. It allows me to be the man that I was meant to be.
Seeing the men grow personally, beyond addiction, in ways that promote their own integrity, changing for the better, each individual really working on themselves, and when I see others grow, it bolsters hope for me.
But it seems to constantly go back to dignity, that this needs to be a place where the dignity of the individual is restored, and that's only really done through relationships, through treating one another with love, with respect, and building on virtue, which is what's lost. And the way to restore virtue in a man's life, it's really based in relationships. So that's what we're doing here. This is definitely an urban program. Our hope one day would be to provide a similar setting in a rural environment where we could basically do the same thing, taking men out of the city to work and to pray and to love themselves and one another in a much more holistic way. So that would be a hope for a future plan, still looking to restore the dignity once lost to addiction.